your opponents, Tyler Vincent and Lance Madewell.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to New York Championship Wrestling Seasons Beatings. My name is Paul Laporte. I am joined by Dominic Schmidt.
Seasons Beatings to you, Paul.
And we are going to get things started here with a big-time tag team matchup. The Savage Wolves taking on Mr. Mutts, Tyler Vincent, and Lance Madewell. And these guys are no strangers to each other, not just from the incidents that they had at Tag Team Turmoil last month, but these four men are very, very familiar with each other. They have wrestled many times. CJ Scott has had a hand in the training of both Tyler Vincent and Lance Madewell. This is going to be a very intimate tag team match. We're going to start things off with Tyler Vincent and CJ Scott, and CJ Scott's already jaw-jacking in the ring. So, having words with the hot dog in the front row.
As is tradition here in New York Championship Wrestling.
It's like a rite of passage. You have to argue with the hot dog. Now Tyler Vincent has to compliment the hot dog.
Solid point by CJ Scott. This is a wrestling show. He wants to wrestle. He wants to get down to business. He wants to put a hurting on Mr. Must-See TV.
Yeah, but as soon as he says that, he backs out to the corner to his brother, Damon Ravage. Decides to shy away from any sort of contact from Mr. Must-See Tyler Vincent and lets his little brother do the dirty work.
Discretion's the better part of valor, although I wouldn't really call the Savage Wolves
discretionary.
Or valorous.
Or valorous. Valiant? Is that the...
Valiant?
Valiant?
Yeah,
is that
Valiant.
Yeah, okay. And now it's Damon Ravage who's trying to get into the head of Tyler Vincent here. As they get ready to mix it up. And now Damon Ravage backs out. Decides he wants none of Tyler Vincent. Based on our first early program... Oh, hard shot by Damon Ravage. Tyler Vincent wasn't looking. Catching him off guard. And then hitting him with a hard chop. That might not be a great idea. We've seen some of the chops that Tyler Vincent can throw, but Damon Ravage right now has all of the momentum. Hits him with a big forearm in the corner.
A couple of forearm smashes on top of that chop.
Tyler Vincent getting out of the way. Ravage in the corner, boots to the gut by Tyler Vincent. Now Tyler Vincent setting him up for another one. It's big time chops.
Turnabout is fair play.
And the crowd calling for one more. And Damon Ravage just getting lit up there by Tyler Vincent. Could be getting a third. Oh, big clubbing shot right to the chest of Damon Ravage.
Echoing on the hollowed walls of the Accelerate Sports
Ravage needs
Complex
to get out of
here.
the corners, man. He's just setting himself up for more of these. And he gets him with a fourth, forcing the tag into CJ Scott. CJ Scott charges Vincent, he ducks under. Big hip toss there by Tyler Vincent, backs out of the corner. Run, CJ Scott over with a clothesline. CJ Scott back up to his feet, spinning back kick by Tyler Vincent. Vincent hits the ropes, CJ Scott gets out of town.
Talk about hitting the ropes. CJ Scott rolling to the outside, going to regroup with his brother here in the corner.
And so far, Mr. Mutts, Tyler Vincent, handling both of the Savage Wolves single-handedly.
You got to think that Lance is chomping at the bit, looking to get a little bit of revenge for the Savage Wolves jumping Guy Sadlowski and Danny Adam. Lance making the save last month at Tag Team Turmoil.
That's right, and Tyler Vincent, not a person you want to get on the bad side of by any means. And the Savage Wolves have certainly done so far here at New York Championship Wrestling.
Looks like Lance is calling for the tag.
And Tyler Vincent's going to be happy to oblige. Lance Madewell gets in the ring. Now CJ Scott and Lance Madewell squaring off. Locking up in the center of the ring. CJ Scott starting to back away. Lance Madewell with a thumb in the eye, it looks like. Out of the range of referee Tim Vakula, who is calling for the disqualification in the ropes, but I don't know if he saw that eye gouge, but now CJ Scott just blatantly choking.
Right to the throat.
Lance Madewell. So subtlety out the window.
Eyes, throat, is anything off limits for these guys?
CJ Scott charges, Lance Madewell gets out of the way, overhand chop, hits him with another one. Lance Madewell back into the corner. Running at CJ Scott, avalanche into the corner. Scott staggers out to the center. Lance Madewell follows up with a clothesline. Typical down 1-2. CJ Scott kicks out. Damon Ravage talking nonsense in the corner. But CJ Scott apparently understood him because he went over and got the tag. Damon Ravage and hits the ropes. Almost knocks CJ Scott off the apron. Lance Madewell catches him, big scoop slam, hits the ropes himself.
Drops the leg, cover.
Damon Ravage kicks out at 2. And Damon Ravage trying to get some space. Lance Madewell going to try and charge him from across the ring here. Damon Ravage meets him in the center and lays him out with a clothesline. That's the thing about Damon Ravage. He moves in such an unpredictable way. You don't know if he's backing up, if he's coming at you. You don't know when to defend, when to attack. And even if you are intrinsically familiar with him, like to the extent that Lance Madewell is, he still can catch you off guard.
He's crazy enough to cross anybody up.
Absolutely, and now he's getting Tyler Vincent distracted while CJ Scott chokes Lance Madewell over that middle rope in the corner. Big forearm by Damon Ravage. So it brings Lance back to the corner. High fives the referee before tagging in his brother. Shot to the ribs by CJ Scott. Another shot to the stomach. CJ Scott working the body with lefts and rights. Irish whip by Scott. Madewell off the ropes and hits a big boot.
Looking to drop a leg of his own, a knee right there.
Drops the knee right across the throat. CJ Scott working a chin lock on Lance Madewell, trying to keep him grounded, trying to keep him out of the corner so he can't tag out to Tyler Vincent.
Savage Wolves doing a good job keeping their opponents on their side of the ring as grounded as possible. Trying to wear Lance down here.
Savage Wolves, masters of tag team strategy. Keeping Lance Madewell always keeping a body between Madewell and his corner.
Back to the eyes and back to the tag. Ravage in. CJ Scott holds him for that chop.
Now it's Ravage's turn to go to work on Lance Madewell. Jumping European uppercut right to the back of Lance Madewell.
Blowing a kiss to Tyler Vincent.
Madewell out at 2. Damon Ravitch taunting Tyler Vincent as Madewell just out of reach. And now dragging him back to the corner and tagging in his brother once again. CJ Scott off the ropes, boot right to the chest of Lance Madewell, and Madewell needs to get out of there as soon as he can because he has been in there for a while and he has taken a lot of punishment.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Paul. Lance has got to get back to his side of the ring, back to his corner, get TV in there.
And Tyler Vincent is chomping at the bit to get into the action. Looking frustrated that Madewell can't break free and get to the corner here. Now we know that Tyler Vincent has a penchant for being hot-headed. We'll see if he tries to interject himself into the match illegally at any point. Meanwhile, Lance Madewell does get some hope here.
Firing back.
STO calls that game over. Didn't really drive through, didn't have a lot of follow through on that. He wasn't able to because of the beating he had taken earlier on in the match. But it was enough to put CJ Scott down, and Scott is not able to stay on Madewell. Madewell's starting to make his way to the corner. CJ Scott trying to tag in Ravitch at this point. Try and get a fresh man in, but he gets in Ravitch. In comes Tyler Vincent, though. And Tyler Vincent cuts Damon Ravitch in half with that spear. CJ Scott gets a spinning back kick. Tyler Vincent, scissor kick. Dropping CJ Scott down. Fits into the corner, European uppercut.
He's looking across, looks like he's going to go for another one here on CJ Scott.
Shoving Ravitch out of the way, hits one on Scott. And he throws him over. He tags back in Lance Madewell. Don't know if that's the correct move here at this point. Madewell not even having a time to get a breather. I know that they have the advantage at this point, but
we saw a similar thing last month.
And it goes to show you these two guys are not tag team specialists like the Savage Wolves, so the strategy may not necessarily be there. It is paying off so far. Wait, we have somebody coming out to the ringside. Just pulled Tyler Vincent off the apron and hit him.
I still can't see who it is. It looks like he's got some kind of a hood,
full face mask. Tyler Vincent gonna chase him down. He's got him, but they go to the back.
You mentioned him
being... What the hell? Just heard a loud bang come from the backstage area. Meanwhile, in the ring, CJ Scott and Damon Ravitch laying out Lance Madewell with a clothesline knee combination. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And the Savage Wolves pick up the victory.
The Savage Wolves.
But the question still stands: who was that?
Who was that, and what happened in the back? We heard a loud bang. Tyler Vincent chased whoever came out and attacked him in the back.
Damon Ravitch posing with his pride.
Yeah, Lance Madewell all by himself right now with the Savage Wolves. Not a good spot to be. Meanwhile, still no sign of Tyler Vincent. Now Lance Madewell needs some help here, and I don't know if Vincent's going to be able to come back to make the save. Right here's Guy Kozlowski. Guy Kozlowski coming out.
Covering him up, but I don't know what he's going to do against the two Savage Wolves. He's still in a bad way, Lance is. And I don't think Guy is going to be able to hold off 2-on-1. That was CJ Scott holding that.
Here's that other hooded figure coming out, the masked man who took out Tyler Vincent out of this match. I don't know who that is, but he hit a bicycle kick on Guy Kozlowski. Wait a minute, I know that kick. No, it can't. Why would he? No, that can't be. Now that Wolves getting out of the ring and this figure, and I think I might know who this is, but it doesn't make any sense. He's going to pull that mask off. It's Danny. I know it. It's Danny Adam.
But why?
Danny Adam previously partnering up with Guy Kozlowski. Why did he attack him?
I mean, the Savage Wolves beat him down too.
I have no idea. Flatliner by Danny Adam on Lance Madewell now too.
I mean, what's the end game here? I mean, the Savage Wolves are just walking out. And Danny Adam is picking the bones here. The bones of the bones.
Up onto his shoulder. Guys, dropped down by Danny Adam. Why would he do this? Lance Madewell, one of the guys who saved him. Guys, one of the guys who trained with him. yes, they had an opening match here. They were the first match, as a matter of fact, ever here at NYCW. But why would he turn on his friends like this? Doesn't make any sense. Here comes Tyler Vincent. Danny Adam better get the hell out of here. Throws the referee in front of Vincent. Gets out of dodge. Front move.
I don't know about this.
What is going through the head of Danny Adam?
You're just making more enemies.
You need friends in professional wrestling, not enemies. But Danny Adam apparently wants to go it alone. For whatever reason. Wolf getting the victory. And Danny Adam straight into the ring. Here at New York Championship Wrestling. All the stuff is going through his head.
It's going to be a tough to the head for that kid without his friend.
Bingle's calling for the microphone here. We're going to get some words from him.
Danny Adam. I don't know where. I don't know when, but I'm gonna waste you, you little punk.
And Lance Madewell swearing revenge on Danny Adam again. Not making any friends here at New York Championship Wrestling. Only making the road harder for himself. That is certainly a way to make an impact.
Yeah. People talking about it. I mean, it's cool to get your name out there after suffering no contest.
All right. Our next contest is a tag team match. What's up? I'll have you know that this morning I woke up, kicked off the beginning of Brute's big ass birthday bash. So I woke up, went down the road, had me a nice frittata from Flo's. Then for lunch, I put down about 20 to 30 mild wings at Pepe's. And then I came out here to Whitesboro to kick some ass. But the company's got nothing for me. Rule number one of Central New York is, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what company you've been to, you step foot between Utica and Syracuse, you're in my house. I'm the man, and all of you are going to show me the respect I deserve.
Well, while we are out here celebrating your birthday, in reality, what we really should be celebrating is the arrival of New Jersey's greatest independent wrestler on the market today, the anti-hero, Joey Adams. And it may be your birthday. And I can't think of any better birthday present than to hand you a big fat loss here in this ring. 1, 2, 3. I accept your open challenge, Brute. You don't look too big to me. Let's see what you've got.
Brother, I know you're new around here, but I am afraid I got some bad news. 1, nice and easy is way better than Wawa.
Shots fired.
And 2, MySpace died a long time ago, and I think it's time to upgrade your appearance. But more importantly, when you step in this ring, you're disrespecting Brute, and that's something you just don't do. Ring the bell, monkey boy.
And it looks like we're going to have an impromptu match here between Brute VanSlyke and Joey Adams. This was supposed to be a tag team contest that we had, I guess will be coming up next, but we got interrupted by Brute, who demanded a match on his birthday of all days, and Joey Adams more than happy to oblige.
Brute's looking to stay in fighting shape, tip top. I mean, in the past 3 months, we've gone from guys running away from Brute to now a guy coming out and accepting his challenge. So they're either getting more brave or more stupid. I guess we'll find out which one.
Joey Adams not afraid of a challenge, and he is going to try and get his name shot to the top of the rankings here at NYCW by a win over the previously undefeated Brute VanSlyke. Back elbow by Joey Adams. VanSlyke charges the corner. Adams catches him with a boot. Adams definitely has a speed advantage. Brute with a big time power man advantage. Suplex exploder variant by Brute VanSlyke as Joey Adams calls for a timeout on the outside.
Already trying to walk off this opening interaction with Brute. Brute's giving chase.
Joey Adams turns around, catches Brute with a hard right. Brute didn't see it coming. And now Joey Adams is on the attack here. Brute stops him, hits him with the back elbow. And now Joey Adams face first into the canvas.
Dribbling it like a basketball.
VanSlyke piling on the punishment, slamming Joey Adams into the guardrails. Breaks the count so he can continue the assault on the outside. Now pulling the shirt over the head and hard shot to the chest by Brute VanSlyke.
Adams did not see that coming.
Literally.
Brute is not one to let somebody come out here and run their mouth to him and get away with it.
Absolutely not. Gonna make Joey Adams eat his words, so to speak, here, as he lifts up his shirt again, pulls off some of his tape, hands it to the hot dog, and hits another devastating shot by Joey Adams, knocking all the wind out of him.
That is shot echoing throughout the 16-stone brew pub section.
Adams still clutching his chest, but he catches Brute VanSlyke as he comes in, knocking those ropes right between the legs of Brute VanSlyke, and now Adams just piling on the punishment. Boots to the back, knee drop right across the chest.
Coming at him like a pit bull. Found the slightest advantage. He's got to take every opportunity here to put on a little bit of pain against Brute.
Absolutely, pressing the advantage here. Choking Brute VanSlyke in the corner with his boot. And VanSlyke's in a bad way here. This might be the most offense we've seen anyone get against Brute VanSlyke so far here at NYCW.
You mentioned previously undefeated. He's looked undefeatable.
Yeah, but Joey Adams is starting to make him look human. If he can get the victory here, this is going to be the biggest upset in New York Championship Wrestling history so far.
You can say that again.
If he can get the victory here, it's going to be the biggest upset in New York Championship history so far. Wrist lock by Joey Adams. Pulls over Brute VanSlyke. Knee to the back. Another knee to the back. Into the corner. Drives the knee right into the spine. Running knee that time. 1, 2. Brute VanSlyke kicks out at 2. And Joey Adams really rolling here against Brute VanSlyke.
Doing a good job keeping the pressure on. Not being distracted by this crowd, jaw-jacking with the audience and losing the advantage and letting Brute get back up, catch his breath. And
no, you're absolutely right. Joey Adams is focused. He is not falling prey to some of the traps that we've seen some other people fall here at NYCW. He is staying focused on his opponent, and as a result, he's looking really good so far. Of course, Brute VanSlyke laid some heavy offense in on him early, but you could argue that maybe he took his eye off the ball a little bit, playing to the crowd too much, and that allowed Joey to take advantage once Brute got back into the ring. Brute tried to fight back here and use those people that love him so to his advantage. Pulls Joey Adams in a humongous belly-to-belly suplex.
didn't even have him wrapped around like normally, had him gripped high on that.
Still muscled him over and almost put him right through the ring. I swear the ring just bounced 3 inches off the ground when he hit. And the referee starting to double count here. Brute VanSlyke trying to get the crowd behind him again.
He makes it to his feet first. Has the first shot here on Joey Adams.
Oh, God.
Puts the forearm through his face.
But Joey Adams does try and fire back.
I don't know about
But
strike
has
here.
the heavier artillery without question. And he is laying into Joey Adams.
Joey Adams is not a small guy, but
Could be calling for the lariat here, but Joey Adams bounces off the ropes, tries to cut him off, and VanSlyke sees him coming. Polish hammer, double chop to the chest. Hits him with a big boot and lays him out. He may try and hit him with that lariat now.
he's calling for the spike here.
Oh, he's calling for the spike. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
He's got that thumb out, taped up.
Trying to get the Asiatic spike in. Joey Adams blocks it. Back elbow. Adams showing a lot of heart here, fighting out. Goes into the corner. Brute VanSlyke hoists him up. Oh, TKO!
A big
by
TKO.
Joey Adams.
Full ring shook.
Dear Lord, that's got to be it. 1, 2. No, Joey Adams kicking out at 2. Unbelievable.
That's a lot of heart for this kid.
Absolutely. I think Joey Adams is opening a lot of eyes here in the back and certainly in the crowd as well. And now, Brute VanSlyke going to try and put him away with that Asiatic spike. Joey Adams may have spent all he could kicking out. There's the spike. It's in. Right on that carotid artery.
He's wrenching back.
Cutting off the blood and the oxygen. Joey Adams fighting out again. Into the corner. He will not give up. Throwing some combinations to the body of Brute. And Joey Adams charges him, hits him with a big forearm. Brute's rocked here.
He's getting a second wind, and Brute's backed into the corner, but not coming out either.
And now Joey Adams back into the corner. VanSlyke tries to charge him. Joey Adams gets the knees up. He's on the second ropes. Diving cross body by Joey Adams from the second rope. 1, 2. Oh my God, he almost got it.
I think that's the closest we've seen to Brute being down for the 3.
2.5 there on Brute VanSlyke. Joey Adams almost pulled up the upset of the year.
If not 3/4. I mean, how much closer can you get?
Not much without getting the victory. Headbutt by Joey Adams. And Brute's still rocked. He's out on his feet almost. But even still, he still fires back with some hard forearms. Joey Adams catches him with a body attack as Brute hits the ropes. Back kick to the stomach.
Kicked a
He's
little
gonna try and lift
low.
him. He's gonna try and lift him up here. I don't think he's gonna get him. May have gotten a little overzealous. European uppercut. Sends Brute in the corners, and he's got him up. Samoan drop by Joey Adams. Unbelievable.
And he's got to stay on him.
Oh my God, he's gonna do it.
Senton.
Senton by Joey Adams. 1, 2. Brute VanSlyke kicks out at 2. Joey Adams
I mean,
with some unbelievable offense here on Brute.
we can talk about the offense of Joey Adams all day, but the power, the constitution of Brute VanSlyke to take that onslaught.
No, that's
and
absolutely
kick out.
true. Brute VanSlyke absorbing a huge amount of punishment here. Russian leg sweep by Joey Adams. Joey Adams did try and go for the cloverleaf and got it blocked. Brute VanSlyke kicking out at 2 after that Russian leg sweep.
And I don't think Joey Adams was looking for a win there, but making Brute kick out, expel some energy.
Good point. Could be trying to sap him, try and get him over for that cloverleaf, but that is a big man to turn over. And Brute VanSlyke using the momentum of his weight to just throw Joey Adams over. And he hits the Asiatic spike again. And now he's got him down. If he can get the legs wrapped around him, this is going to be it. He's got one leg hooked over, but Joey Adams, he does! Joey Adams taps. That's the end of the match.
And your winner, Brute VanSlyke.
And after what has to be considered a very impressive performance by Joey Adams, Brute VanSlyke does end up getting the submission victory with the Asiatic spike.
And that puts Brute up to 3-0 here.
That's correct.
Day 1 tag team turmoil. Season's beating. 3 matches, 3 wins. This guy is on the fast track to a top spot here at New York Championship Wrestling. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe it.
Absolutely. No one can deny that.
Much respect for Joey Adams, putting up a good fight. You know, you talk about a guy entering an open challenge and not having time to prepare for his opponent. Well, when you enter an open challenge, you sure as hell don't have time to prepare for your opponent either.
No.
He came out and gave the fight to one of the toughest we've got, if not the toughest.
Absolutely. And very nearly got the win. So all the credit in the world to Joey Adams, who put on an eye-opening performance here at Season's Meetings. Meanwhile, Brute VanSlyke accepting his birthday. Congratulations from the fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember to ring in the new year right here with New York Championship Wrestling on January 12th as we return to the Accelerate Sports Complex. Make sure you get your tickets now. Our next contest is a tag team match. Making their way to the ring, Waynu, Victor Brand, at a combined weight of 500 pounds, they are Higher Force. Hey, is this on? Turn off the music. Turn off the music. You should be standing for this. Now stand up. Stand up. I wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. I was supposed to be flying to Mar-a-Lago to golf with my buddy Donald Trump. So I decided to come out here anyways because heard of this Nazi Mafia, right? We said the same thing. So came out here because I know that their grandparents, I looked into them thoroughly because I saw we had the tag team match, and I know their ancestors are illegal immigrants. So we're here to, we're going to lock them up. Lock them up. Lock them. Come on. Start my music again.
You're looking tan, Wayno.
And their opponent from Buffalo, New York, weighing in at a combined weight of 480 pounds, the Nacci Mafia!
And it looks like we're going to start things off with another tag team match here. And this our third bout of the evening. The Nacci Mafia taking on the team of Wayno and Victor Brand, calling themselves Hired Force.
Yeah, and we saw Wayno hand an envelope over to Victor Brand on the way out. I have to imagine that's for services rendered.
Absolutely. Victor Brand makes no bones about it. He is a man for hire. And it looks like Wayno has decided to hire him to be some personal security here. Of course, Wayno, a early recruit for the Space Force. And he wants to make sure that he can still do his presidential duties.
And I mean, these fans were pretty rabid
Yeah.
at his words when he was coming out here. It's not a big surprise that he feels like he needs a little bit of hired muscle.
No, that's true.
Help keep him safe, you know?
Meanwhile, we've just got some plain old muscle in the ring here, and the big man, Dan Nacci, as Wayno in no hurry to lock up. Wayno's closing down the momentum here, trying to slow things down. He ducks underneath Dan Nacci. Wayno definitely the smaller of the two, but also vastly more experienced. And he is controlling the pace, getting in Dan Nacci's head. And now it looks like he's ready to engage, but Dan Nacci sees him coming, hits him with a big clothesline.
Finally makes some contact here with Wayno, and he's got him by the head and shoulders, backed into the Nacci corner.
Big hip toss. And Frankie gets tagged in as he gets ready to lay in some beatings to Wayno. European uppercut by Frankie. Dan with a clothesline. And now some tag team action, stirring the sauce and hitting a big double bionic elbow onto Wayno by the Naccis. And the crowd definitely behind these two. Victor Brand casually checking on his partner. Doesn't seem too concerned. Wayno trying to fan himself off with some, drying off his sweat with some money here.
I think he's wiping his tears with some $100 bills.
And he
catches Frankie trying to grab him from inside the ring.
Again, goats Frankie Nacci in. Now Wayno hits the chop block. And there's the experience factor again playing out. Victor Brand getting tagged in now by Wayno.
Wayno's going to make him earn it.
And he dives right for the knee of Frankie Nacci. Absolutely brutal offense here by Victor Brand early on. Modified DDT to the leg of Frankie Nacci.
The hired force coming in with a game plan. Attack the leg. Keep Frankie on the ground. And I got to imagine they don't want the 6'7" Dan Nacci in the ring at all.
Absolutely not. I mean, they know that these two have the advantage in power, and certainly with Frankie, the advantage in speed. Taking the legs out from both of these men will negate that advantage, period. Smart strategy so far by Hired Force. You can say what you want about the company they keep, but they certainly know professional wrestling. Wayno basically using Victor Brand's body as a weapon there. As he continues to lay into Frankie Nacci.
Right back to that leg again.
And Frankie Nacci
trying to kick Wayno off. Wayno standing him back up and dragging him right back to Victor Brand, making another tag. And we have not seen these guys team up here in New York Championship Wrestling, but they are working like a well-oiled tag team machine.
Well, again, Victor Brand will do whatever you say for an envelope full of money, so you don't really have to worry about cohesion if you're paying him off, as long as you pay your bills on time.
And Brand making sure that he's between Frankie and Dan. And they're going to have to keep him tight to their corner because Dan's got to reach a mile. He could make the tag from the center of the ring.
Yeah, that is true. They do have to be cognizant of that and cut him off even tighter than they would under normal circumstances. Dan Nacci coming in, trying to make the save, but really only making things worse for his brother and his partner. And now Victor Brand picks him up. Shin breaker by Victor Brand. Frank Nacci starting to get in that corner, though. They need to stay on him.
Wayno was coming in. He wasn't even waiting for the tag.
Which seems silly. He was right in the corner.
I guess when you have money, you don't need rules.
European uppercut by Frankie Nacci. Wayno staggers into the ropes. Big standing drop kick by Frank Nacci.
Wayno making that tag, bringing Brand in. Anything they can do to keep Frankie in the ring.
And Victor Brand continues to stay on the lower half of Frankie Nacci. Clearly working a defined game plan to try and keep Dan Nacci out of this match.
And these tags, I mean, I gotta say, I like this tag team work. This is what I look for in a good tag team, is isolating an opponent, quick tags, and laying on the beating.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. Wayno goes for a cover, doesn't even bother sticking with it before Frankie Nacci kicks out. Wayno up on the second rope now. Frankie Nacci laid out. Wayno jaw-jacking with the crowd. Talking about this is going to be the greatest something ever, and misses terribly.
I've seen better splashes if that's what the call
Maybe that was a headbutt. I think he was going for a headbutt. Whatever it was, he missed. And now Frankie Nacci has one of his first real opportunities to get out of the ring, which he desperately needs to do at this point.
He's clutching that knee. He needs to be stretching that arm.
And he does
Here comes
so.
the big man.
Dan Nacci in, runs over Victor Brand, runs over Wayno, ducks the clothesline. It's a huge lung blower, just flings Victor Brand in the air, and Victor Brand is no small guy.
You don't normally see that from a guy so tall.
No.
Senton
By Dan Nacci. just running roughshod here. Victor Brand barely kicks out at 2. And now the referee getting into it with the crowd.
Chris jaw-jacking with the 16-stone brew pub.
And Frankie Nacci gets tagged back in again, maybe too soon.
Holding Victor Brand up on one leg, basically.
Airplane spin.
spin. Not the fastest. Big boot by Dan.
Dear Lord.
TKO stunner.
And now Frank Nacci trying to get the cover. Ueno dives in, breaks it up. And Frankie Nacci needs to get out of there. They did have some strong offense, but he needs to tag out. He is still in a bad way. He's still clutching his knee. Ueno goes in Dan Nacci and sends him outside of the ring, pulling down the top rope. And Nacci hits the ground hard.
That's smart. That's brains by Ueno.
Absolutely. Frankie Nacci trying to get to his corner, but nobody there. And now Frank Nacci in a bad way runs him into Victor Brand, who levels him with a spear.
Sliced in half.
And Brand going for the cover, but and you had to figure that was the end of the match. But Ueno demanding the tag.
He wants to do it himself.
I mean, he did pay Victor Brand.
He wants the W next to his name first. He wants top billing.
He's asking for the golf club.
Looks like he's planning to tee off on
Dan
Frankie
Nacci.
Nacci.
Dan
Dan
Nacci pulls
Nacci.
down. Ripcord
Ripcord.
lariat. Ueno tries to hit Frankie Nacci. Frankie Nacci ducks underneath. And Ueno saying it was the best swing ever.
And Ueno in full view of the referee
With a golf club.
with the golf club.
And now Dan Nacci takes it away from him. Frankie Nacci back on his feet. Staggering. Comes in. Frankie Nacci just muscles him
Powers
up.
him up.
Dear Lord, he's still basically on one leg. Huge
Fall
fall
away.
away slam by Frankie Nacci.
He's going to make it back to Dan in the corner.
And Ueno's out on his feet. Dan Nacci.
Looking
Tagged
for that murder's cut.
And
Double
that's
European elbow. It's under the ring.
And Victor Brand not able to help. Ueno.
And your winners, the Nacci Mafia!
And Ueno pulling defeat from the jaws of victory there. They very clearly had the match won. Victor Brand leveled Frank Nacci with that spear. And instead of letting him get the pin, Ueno demanded the tag, and that led to their downfall.
They worked a great tag team style. Start this match off.
And then Ueno got greedy.
And Ueno got greedy. Sometimes greed is good, but not this time, not tonight. Not here, Westboro, New York. Not just having some fun on the outside.
Now this is certainly a hard-fought match for the two of them, but they did get the victory, and they do deserve the adulation of the fans, which they are taking in right now.
Our next match is a special tag team attraction match. Making their way to the ring, Mike Skyros and Kevin Cartwright. Killer Instinct. And making their New York Championship Wrestling debut tonight, Rob Killjoy and Lance Lude with Coach Mikey, the Ugly Ducklings.
Rap for the Ugly Ducklings. Outcast freaks and they come from nothings. Voice of the unheard, the underdogs. Start running because we got it for y'all. We here.
This is the first time you have flown this far up north. How does it feel to be making your NYCW debut?
I know these people are a little bit confused. Allow us to introduce ourselves. My name's Coach Mikey.
I'm Rob Killjoy.
I'm Lance Lude.
And we are the Ugly Ducklings! And we came here all the way to New York to give you guys a little Christmas present. And it's one word that you need to know to beat these two goons in the ring. And that word is quack, quack.
Rap for the Ugly Ducklings. Outcast freaks and they come from nothings. Voice of the unheard, the underdogs. Start running because we got it for y'all. We here. Time to respect it. It's the takeover. Expect the unexpected. Now the rejects refuse to be neglected. Time to shock the world. The energy's electric. I'm a little bit off. They always said I was a quack. Now these ugly ducklings started running in the pack. About to leave you on the mat, twisted like a bottle cap. While we flying through the air, you still lying on your back. This for every time you ever said I couldn't do it. If I see a glass ceiling, I'ma break through it. The best there is, with the rep to prove it. Nothing less, I don't know what you expecting, stupid, cause I rap for the Ugly Ducklings. Outcast freaks and they come from nothings. Voice of the unheard, the underdogs. Start running, because we got it for y'all. There's a lot of us, but the family's...
Another tag team match here, special tag team attraction at New York Championship Wrestling. Mike Skyros, Kevin Cartwright, representing Killer Instinct, who we have seen a number of times here, certainly establishing themselves as one of the top tag teams in NYCW. And they are going to be taking on the visiting Lance Lude and Rob Killjoy, the Ugly Ducklings, flanked by Coach Mikey. And they are looking to make an impact here at NYCW. These guys have wrestled all up and down the East Coast, but this is their first time at New York Championship Wrestling, and they are going to try and take down one of the top established tag teams so far in our early history.
And these guys are wild and weird and wacky and quacky. And I'm very excited to see this match.
And it looks like the fans are excited to see it too. Coach Mikey getting them hyped up.
They may be the only ones grosser than Kevin Cartwright.
I find that hard to believe. We'll have to see how that plays out. Okay, maybe you're right.
Yeah, so my point exactly.
Okay. And it looks like the Ugly Ducklings trying to decide who's going to get it started first.
I believe that's Rob Killjoy in the ring. Hard to get a view with KI standing in between us.
And the Ducklings squaring off.
Getting a bit of shoving, not a lot of wrestling as of yet. Referee trying to bring some order to start this matchup. The bell has not officially rung yet. The match is not underway.
And the 16-0 Brew Pub trying to get the Ugly Ducklings to hit the referee.
Not sure what he did to deserve it, but
nothing.
I'm not opposed.
They're just terrible people. And now Coach Mikey has stolen the drumsticks of Kevin Cartwright. who I'm still not convinced can actually play the drums.
We haven't seen drum playing. We've seen a lot of everything else.
Yes.
And it looks like written on his stomach he has pluck a duck.
Yes.
So
That is what he had. It could
that's
have
where
been,
we stand
worse.
here, people.
It could have been worse.
We don't say those words here, Paul.
No, we are a family promotion. And it looks like we are finally going to get things started. Mike Skyros battling it out. I believe that is Lance Lude in there. Headlock takeover. Skyros down. Side headlock being worked down by Lude. Skyros with the head scissors. Lude chip up, gets out.
And I have to think that Killer Instinct here has to play the role of the down-to-earth tag team, mat wrestling, just the more traditional style compared to the Ugly Ducklings.
Well, so they can go
insanity.
They can go one of two ways. Wet Willie there.
And there it is.
So they can go one of two ways. They can either try and be the more grounded team, or they can try and out-weird the Ugly Ducklings, which seems like it's going to be a challenge.
Maybe not for Kevin Cartwright, but Mike Skyros is a straight shooter. He's got his own intentions, but he's a whiz in the ring.
And the Ugly Ducklings have Killer Instincts on all sorts of confused states at this point. Skyros with the go behind. Nice side headlock into the ropes. Holds onto the tights. And Lance Lude pulling in to the headlock. Arm wringer, Skyros with a boot right to the stomach. European uppercut by Skyros. Rob Killjoy getting tagged in. And now the Ducklings, nice double team takedown there. And what in the world is going on here? Oh, up and over, beautiful athleticism, standing moonsault. Back and forth, Lude and Killjoy just hitting Mike Skyros with everything they've got.
And I believe that's Lance Lude in the ring now.
I apologize. We were told that in our notes for the Ugly Ducklings, that Lance Lude was the guy with the beard. As you can see, this does us no favors. But Lance Lude is in the ring now. Kevin Killjoy. Sorry, Rob Killjoy. I am all sorts of confused now. The Ugly Ducklings have gotten in my head.
They will
Beautiful.
do that for you. Looks like Lance landed on his head a bit.
Single leg drop salt by Lance Lude. Rob Killjoy on the apron. And Rob gets the tag in. And he hits the ropes. Lance Lude holding
Ropes again.
holding Skyros in the corner. What is he doing?
Ropes again. But Coach
Skyros
Mikey
breaking
is
free. Mikey
directing traffic, but
trying.
all right, schoolboy.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, that worked.
Yeah. You got to get a lot of momentum behind those.
Yeah.
As we've seen
Adds
in
the
the past.
leverage. What in the world is going on?
At least Kevin Cartwright's in there to equal out the weird.
Yeah, but
We
I
might get normal. With these two negatives, we
don't
may
know.
get a positive.
I don't know if that's what's going to happen. Killjoy down, gets the cover. Cartwright kicks out at 2. And Kevin Cartwright has not been able to get any offense against the Ugly Ducklings, who have just been running to Killer Instinct, pillar to post. Kevin Cartwright, though, standing up, absorbing the shot. What is he doing? What is going on in this match? Is he asking him to hit him in the face? He asked Killjoy to spit into his hand. Now he spit into his own hand. And now he, oh my God.
If I was Mike Skyros, I would not tag to that hand the rest of this match.
I guess Kevin Cartwright stepping up to the challenge of the grossness. The gauntlet laid down by the Ducklings. Lude coming over. Big slingshot sent on over the ropes. Tope con hilo. And another by Killjoy. And Lou coming with the slingshot splash from the second rope. And Lance Lude whack into the crowd, trying to get them fired up here. Kevin Cartwright hits him with a hard shot to the stomach, rakes the eyes. Then Lance Lude with a shot to the stomach, forearm to the face, hits a spinning back kick.
Get low, Cartwright's doubled over.
Lude still favoring that eye as Skyross needed the lower back.
Help his partner out, getting him a little bit of a breather here, but.
And Skyross holds the feet while Kevin Cartwright lays him out with a bicycle kick, 1-2. And Lance Lude just barely kicks out. Kevin Cartwright staying on him though.
To the head, fingers in the eyes, I'm sure.
And he knocks Killjoy off the apron with a back elbow. Rob Killjoy not happy about it, tries to come in and run interference. Meanwhile, Killer Instinct just double teaming Lance Lude on the ropes. And there's the tag.
With the hand that Cartwright did not take, I might add.
It's a great ring psychology by Skyross there.
Ring awareness by Mike Skyross.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, Killer Instinct trying to keep the Ugly Ducklings at bay by cutting off Lance Lude. It's a great tag team action we have here at New York Championship Wrestling. This is our third tag team match of the evening. And that has become one of the hallmarks here at NYCW. Killer Instinct going to work on Lance Lude. Hit him with a big lariat, sending him inside out. Killjoy trying to get the break up, but Lance Lude does manage to kick out in time.
But he's reaching the wrong way. And Cartwright's got a hold of those fingers.
And now he's just pulling those fingers apart.
And taking a big
And now
old
biting
stomp
the
on
fingers.
He doesn't understand why the ref is telling him not to do that.
That seems like a perfectly normal wrestling hold. And Cartwright still in control of Lance Lude, just slapping the back of his head now, just taunting him. And driving all his whole body weight into the lower back of Lance Lude.
And Killer Instinct is a great tag team. They haven't found much success as of yet.
No, but they will. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's about the grind for these guys.
Absolutely.
Skyross in, gonna stop Lance Lude from making the tag to Killjoy. They've got him up.
He rolls underneath.
Rolls them both. Makes the dive to Killjoy. Killjoy makes the dive in on Killer Instinct.
Double drop kick onto both members of KI by Rob Killjoy. Tries to hit the ropes, but Skyross tries to reverse, but Killjoy catches him. Suplex, exploder over. Hits him big. Quebrada off the middle ropes.
Skyross there to break it up.
And Killjoy throws Cartwright to the outside, gets out of the way of the attack of Mike Skyross. Boots Kevin Cartwright in the face. Forearm Skyross in the face. He comes up and just fakes out Skyross and hits a moonsault to the outside. Arabian press style off the ropes.
Fakes out Skyross again, who drops the elbow on the air.
Hits a double stomp. And Rob Killjoy is absolutely running roughshod over Killer Instinct here.
Coach Mikey trying to fire up the Ducklings and the audience.
And Killjoy thinking about his next move here. Really the first time he stopped moving since he got tagged in. And Skyros with a back kick and then a enziguri. And now Killer Instinct is back in control. Whips Killjoy into the ropes. Killjoy up and over, off the ropes. Skyros ducks down, rolls to the outside. Lewd and Killjoy both going over the top and through the middle of the ropes to the outside.
Over the top and through the middle to the outside. The Ugly Ducklings will go, wiping out Killer Instinct. Taking a big advantage in this match.
And every time Killer Instinct starts to get some momentum, the Ducklings just cut it off. They just move in ways that they're not expecting them to. And now Killjoy going up top here, calling to the fans. Lewd down, Cartwright on the outside, focusing on Lewd. And he goes up to the top, tries for the double stomp. Skyros out of the way. Killjoy rolls through, but Skyros back up.
Backbreaker. Feeds him to Skyros. Plants him.
Spine buster by Skyros. 1, 2. And Killjoy kicks out at 2. Killer Instinct thought they had the match won there, but to no avail. And now they're setting up for some other double team move that they have planned here. Irish whip into the ropes.
Killjoy holds on. Lance holds on to Cartwright's ankle, drags him out. Killjoy with the discus forearm.
And now Lewd back in. Coach Mikey trying to direct traffic here. Front drop kick.
2-on-1 shotgun.
Double knees. Skyros in a bad way, and they got more plans.
Whacking up a storm.
He rolls through. What is going on here? Oh my God!
Monkey flip cannonball.
Holy cow!
Backwoods wrestling weirdos.
Massive, massive monkey flip cannonball. And somehow Mike Skyros kicks out. That was insane. Lance Lewd went flying headfirst across the ring.
If this match goes on any longer, I'm going to need a thesaurus for weird, insane, crazy, gross.
Don't even know what to call half the stuff that's going on here. It could be setting up for some sort of doomsday device. Ducklings on the top. Cartwright runs interference, sends Lewd into Mikey. Killjoy with the forearm. Skyros sends Killjoy over. Killjoy lands on his feet, hits a jumping knee.
Cartwright's hanging in that corner like it's his.
Cartwright still wobbled from the forearm from Killjoy earlier.
Waiting on the outside for something. Here it is.
Oh man,
Takes
Cartwright
his legs out.
just kicks the legs out. What the? That's a legal
Making
tag
tags.
apparently.
Sure.
Not even in a corner, let alone his corner. Lifts him up, knees him. Big back suplex, 1, 2, 3, and Killer Instinct somehow come away with the victory here.
And your winners, Killer Instinct.
That downright nasty, not niceness. Saito suplex with a bridge by Kevin Cartwright, putting away the Ugly Ducklings, and wow.
What a match. What an incredible match. What an incredible debut for the Ugly Ducklings. And the first official victory for Killer Instinct.
Yeah, and you got to imagine that feels nice.
And over a team like the Ugly Ducklings, who have a very, despite their weird antics, a very respected pedigree on the independent scene. To come away with that victory here has to mean a lot to them, absolutely.
Like I said earlier, it's about the grind for Killer Instinct. It's only a matter of time before they're at the top of the mountain here.
And that climb may begin right now.
Every great journey needs a first step.
Hot journey, I see it.
And Kevin Cartwright is flicking kid's nose. Get this guy out of here before the grossness continues, the weirdness, the nastiness.
The Ugly Ducklings in the ring, still trying to figure out what happened.
Struggling to find their footing.
But still, we hope we see them back soon because they put on an incredible performance here at NYCW.
Rep for the ugly ducklings, outcast freaks and they come from nothings. Voice of the unheard, the underdogs. Start running because we got it for y'all. We here. Time to respect it. It's the takeover. Expect the unexpected. Now the rejects refuse to be neglected. Time to shock the world. The energy's electric. I'm a little bit off. They always said I was a quack. Now these ugly ducklings started running in the pack. About to leave you on the mat, twisted like a bottle cap. While we
Our next contest tonight is an 8-man tag match. Our first competitors making their way to the ring. It's Elite Terrell and Angel Cross, the Street.
Bring them boys and put that little style like a fire truck. Speaking of trucks, I'm a monster. You talking about rolling, better get your tires up. No energy services, but when I visit your home, it's to light it up. Your level, we tie them up. Lest I feel like their time is up. It ain't great school, but we line them up. Anything sweet is some kind of dust. Why you be with the rats like you Donald Duck? It's irrelevant to put the nail on the reason they hating us. Just know if you pull a hose, reap what you sowing. Like I sold a penny, I'm taking one after one till they paying up. Bodies gon' drop if they get out of hand. When it's at your ear, you
And their partner.
get out the shit that you in. Testing your
Cheap sunglasses, snakeskin boots, newborn time, and he's ready to school.
It is Ronnie!
He's got names, old tennis scores, and he gets his face. As Nemo Green goes across his face. He's on the wheel, strutting his walk, and start flying, stop the talk. He's honking like fish in the hook, and he puts another check down in his foot. He's out to sell some used cars. It doesn't matter who you think you are. He's got a right for everyone. He'll treat you like his daughter someday. Go with that beat.
And joining them, it is Dante!
In times of turmoil, in times like these, melodies contagious, spreading disease. This friendship, mischief is now coursing through your souls. Never to let go, never to let go.
And their opponents, first heading to the ring.
You're gonna make me right until we all fall down. We all fall down. Cause it's you that I've been missing. Time for the world, bro, please come behind. Don't look now, I just look
He is
now. We on the night.
Scotty Aero!
I do not let this bullshit face me. I see lights and I go crazy. Who with the wind? Top of the sky. Blackbird sings in the dead of the night. Take these broken joints to get high. Take your word, this kiss to goodbye. Tonight has been so amazing. I see you and I go crazy. You put me into this trance like in music. Let's dance. We ain't gonna stop now. Dancing on top of the
And their partner, it is the Great making their way to the ring. Pryce and Maximo Suave, the Defiance. Your referee for this one-fall match is Dan.
And as we get ready to start the second half of our show with a very unusual 8-man tag team match with some strange pairings here, Dominic.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back here. I took intermission to go wash out my eyes after the Ugly Ducklings and Killer Instinct match, and I am excited to see these 8 men square off here.
So we have on one side the team of Dante, Dio, Pryce, Wright, and the Street, taking on the team of Scotty, Aero, the Great Nuka, and the debuting Defiance, Maximo Suave, and Chris Caden. And some very odd pairings here. It does seem like everybody's getting along, at least in terms of the Street and Dante Dio and Pryce Wright. Suave, Caden, the team known as Defiance, along with the Great Nuka and Scotty Aero, seem to be more interested in getting into it with the crowd.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the Street and Dante and Pryce. They were all just assuming the position for referee Dan here. But it looks like Dante's going to start off against Scotty Aero. We saw Dante get in Scotty's face as Scotty was coming to the ring. Not a lot of love lost here. Scotty beating Dante last month at Tag Team Turmoil and leaving him out to dry against VanSlyke.
And Dante Dio starting off hot and Zakuri, and then a series of back elbows here in the corner, really firing up hard. And Scotty Aero staggers out and tags in the Great Nuka.
And
he has had enough.
Not surprised Scotty Aero getting out of there. When the going gets tough, Scotty Aero gets going.
That is absolutely true. Scotty Aero is not afraid to run from anything.
He's a lover, not a fighter, and he loves himself the most.
And now we're going to have Great Nuka and Pryce Wright in the biggest height difference of any contest we've had so far here at New York Championship Wrestling.
Height and size.
Yeah, I think
Nuka's the smart car to Pryce Wright's F350. To put it in terms that only Pryce Wright could understand.
Yeah, literally double the size just about is Pryce Wright over the Great Nuka. But the Great Nuka is extremely formidable, devastating strikes, very, very fast, so Pryce Wright cannot underestimate him. And here we see that, some shots to the midsection by Great Nuka, spinning back kick. And he's trying to work a side headlock on Pryce Wright. Wright shrugs him off and absolutely levels him.
Inside out with that clothesline. Nuka's getting one hell of a deal on a beatdown.
Oh my God. And then Nuka just flips end over end again with a big boot by Pryce Wright. And Pryce Wright going for a double choke lift.
And
slams him down.
There's not even malice behind these powerful attacks from Pryce Wright.
Not even trying that hard.
It's just his natural strength and ability. It's the lightest he can touch something.
And he is definitely taking advantage of the Great Nuka hardcore so far. Throws him into the ropes.
Into his own corner.
Asks for somebody else. And I think Maximo Suave just got tagged in without his own knowledge or consent.
His team's on guy number 3.
And I don't think there's been one willing tag so far. All right, Suave's coming in. He's ready to square off with the big man, Pryce Wright.
Pryce Wright negotiating the terms of Maximo Suave's beatdown. Suave questions getting into the ring with the big man. Scotty Aero's pointing to himself, saying it's all about him. But he does not want any part of this match so far.
Absolutely not. And Chris Caden getting into it with the fans of the front row. Caden comes in, catches Pryce right from behind.
And I can't say I'm surprised, as big as Pryce Wright is, he's the singles competitor / car salesman from the crowd.
Yes.
He's not a tag team specialist like the Defiance.
No,
He's not going to be able to know when and where these 2-on-1s are going to come in, and that's what we're seeing from the Defiance right here.
Yep, the established tag team taking advantage of the fairly rookie wrestler, really only on his 3rd match ever. He had the Battle Royal last month.
Tale as old as time in the street come in. The tag team on the other side of the ring. And the 2-on-2 commences. Aiden Cross and Elite Terrell.
And Defiance
Shots to the
thumps
eyes.
to the eyes. Double jumping knees by the street, and the Defiance are at the outside. And the team is trying to regroup. Pryce Wright is also there.
I think I know what's on their mind. Pryce Wright.
Oh my God!
The
Street just taking out everybody, including Pryce Wright. Collateral damage. Dante Dio's the only one left in the ring.
Dante's going up to the top. I don't know what he's looking to do.
And Pryce Wright getting
He's still in the wrong position.
Pryce Wright getting out of there finally. The Street trying to hold them all together.
Elite Tyrell holding them, bunching them up for Dante to take it down on the outside. Street and Dante standing tall, and Pryce Wright standing confusedly on the outside with his opponent.
Almost as tall as everybody on the inside of the ring.
I can only imagine he's attempting to sell them a car at their most vulnerable moment.
That's true. He does have that killer instinct when it comes to car sales.
I think that's gimmick infringement.
Yes, he is not a member of Killer Instinct to the best of my knowledge. Meanwhile, Maxwell Suave, Dante Dio going at it at the inside. Series of kicks by Dio. Dio hits the ropes.
Big leg drop.
Leg drop right across the back of Maxwell Suave's head. Caden comes and tries to break it up, but ends up hitting his own partner.
And more tag team prowess there. You see Scotty and Nuka staying in their corner. Chris Caden coming in, helping his partner out.
Yeah, well, he tried to help his partner out, but then Dio got out of the way, and Caden dropped the elbow on Maximo Suave.
Help is, it's a funny thing.
I mean, I guess he did break up the pin still. Suave calling for Caden to get in.
One man he trusts in that corner.
Tags him in. Dante Dio getting snap-mared over. Double chop back, double kick to the front. Double fist drop to the head. And the Defiance rolling along here on Dante Dio.
And Dante Dio's got a lot of heart. He's yet to pick up a victory here in New York Championship Wrestling, having lost to VanSlyke and then again Scotty Aero last month. But he's got a lot of heart. He's shown a lot of heart in his 2 contests, 2.5 at this point here, as this one is well underway. And of course, Scotty Aero seeing an opportunity to come in and pick the bones of Dante Dio, tags himself into the match.
Dante Dio kicking out at 2. Scotty Aero, not enough of a cover.
Scotty Aero might be the smartest guy on the New York Championship Wrestling roster.
You can definitely make that point. Scotty Aero knows when to pick his spots, knows when to get out of trouble. He is definitely a very cerebral wrestler. We've seen it not just here in NYCW, but if you pay attention to Scotty's career elsewhere in places like truly independent wrestling, he has a penchant for picking his spots and taking the path of least resistance at every possible opportunity. Now he gets a cheap shot in on Dante Dio, gets out when the getting's good, and tags in the Great Nuka. Great Nuka landing some big time kicks on Dante Dio. Absolutely leveling him. Goes for the cover, 1, 2. Dio kicks out at 2.
And Nuka's a guy we don't know much about at all.
Absolutely not. He is a wild card still.
He won his first match against Kirby Wackerman here on day 1 and walked right past the interview area, right to the back, had no interest in saying a word to the crowd, to the fans, to anybody.
A man And a very, very few words and many actions here. Really laying it in on Dante Dio. Another hard kick to the chest by the great Nuka. Continuing to beat him up. Irish whip by Nuka, reversed by Dio. Nuka into the ropes. Hits the kick on Dio, telegraphed that back body drop, and then big Michinoku driver by the great Nuka. Lee Terrell there to make the save. And Nuka calling for perhaps a 450 splash here.
Scotty Aero.
Scotty Aero decides to tag himself in.
He wants it for himself. He wants that W to be with his name at top billing.
And we saw that earlier in the night with higher force, and didn't go so well for them. We'll see how it plays out for this four-man unit. Scotty Aero, though, is pressing the advantage, is staying on Dante Dio. Pryce Wright trying to will him back into this fight.
Scotty Aero wants Scotty Aero beats Dante Dio Part 2.
That's a very good point. Dante Dio trying to fight back here. Scotty Aero rakes the eyes of Dante Dio and gets right back on him. Puts on a kick and tags in Maximo Suave. He decides he's done enough.
Makes it another guy's problem. Maximo Suave saying he's getting tired of Scotty Aero.
Scotty Aero making no friends on his own team, let alone with the opposite corner. Basement drop kick to the back of the head by Maximo Suave. Lazy cover here. Dante Dio kicks out at 2.
It's going to take more than that to put Dante away.
Absolutely.
Like I said, big heart. Big heart, great skill.
But Dante has been in there for a long time. And Maximo Suave goading the street into getting into the ring, and that allows his team to try and fight Dante Dio with an unfair advantage, but he is fighting back 2-on-1.
And only 2-on-1. Again, tag team specialists, but Nuka stays in the corner. Scotty Aero stays in the corner looking unimpressed.
Yeah, and the Defiance are doing the heavy lifting here, and Scotty willing to tag himself back in. And the Defiance not happy with Scotty Aero. Nuka trying to play peacemaker here. And Scotty Aero just punched the great Nuka in the face. What in the world is going on with these four? And Suave lining up a super kick for Scotty Aero. And this team has absolutely imploded.
It looks like Nuka's about to take a walk. Defiance is taking a walk. Scotty Aero's getting a taste of his own medicine here.
And this has become a handicap match pretty quick.
Being left for the wolves that are the street. Dante Dio, Pryce Wright.
Nuka, Defiance are heading off. Nuka still seems conflicted. A win is a win in New York Championship Wrestling, and they mean a lot. Nuka doesn't want to just give up on this match, but he also really doesn't want to help Scotty Aero at this point either. And Scotty Aero backs up. Nuka, not sure he was trying to help him out, but the street, meanwhile, catch Scotty Aero. Super kick by Elite Terrell. Angel Cross picking him up. Fireman's carry. Big double team. Fireman's carry into a neck breaker by the street.
Elite Terrell picking him up for Pryce Wright.
And Pryce Wright. Big black hole slam by Pryce Wright onto Scotty Aero. And Dante Dio.
Dante Dio made the tag on Pryce Wright's shoulder. And this is teamwork.
Yeah, these guys are firing on all cylinders here. Street may be going up for a double team, and they're just teeing off on Scotty Aero. Scotty Aero is little more than a wrestling dummy at this point. Frog splash by Elite Terrell. Angel Cross up to the top. He hits a frog splash of his own. Tags in Dante Dio. Dante Dio going up to the top. Is he going to get on the shoulders of Pryce Wright?
This team's going for air miles, frequent flyers here.
Absolutely. Holding down Scotty Aero. Dante Dio elbow drop.
Big elbow.
Shoulders 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
sky-high elbow, and Dante
your
Dio picks up his
winners,
first win
the team of
in New York
Dante
Championship
Dio,
Wrestling.
Pryce,
You got to
Wright,
feel good for this
and
kid,
the
avenging
Streak.
2 bitter losses.
Absolutely. And Scotty Aero making his bed, and now he has to lie in it. And these men are calling in the great Nuka into the ring here.
I mean, when does it end, though? I think Scotty Aero's had enough. 4-on-1, he got ditched by his team. Sure, it may have been his
And
fault,
now
but
Nuka's climbing up on Pryce Wright here. Crowd going crazy. Big leg drop off the top of Pryce Wright's shoulders. And looks like Nuka might have made some friends here. Wouldn't have expected it, but it looks like the mystery that is the great Nuka is starting to unravel a little bit more here. That's good for Nuka. Scotty Aero making more enemies, but great Nuka making some friends here.
yeah, and I have to imagine the chronicle of Scotty Aero and Dante Dio is not over.
No, I doubt it is, but Scotty Aero,
These guys seem like they're off to one hell of a rivalry.
absolutely. One of the biggest ones we've got here so far at NYCW.
Scotty might want to wait a little bit before heading into that locker room.
They want to lay low for a while.
Yeah. Might not want to run into the Defiance again. Hey, maybe the Chronicle will be a Scotty Aero versus the world. At the rate he's going.
And another night and another match that ends with Scotty Aero crawling into the back.
Our next contest is for one fall. And it is a 4-way match. Coming out first to the ring. He's the natural Nick
Let me see the
Sullivan.
dark tree shine away. What's happening?
And his he is the soldier of God, Ronnie. And making his way to the ring. The firework, Vinyer.
Lots
finally, heading to the ring,
All right, we're going to get things started off with a four-way dance. The natural Nick Sullivan making his debut against Ronnie Ribs, Benjamin Blackwell, and Firework Fox Vinyer. All four men legal in the ring at all times. First pinfall or submission gets the win. As Vinyer and Blackwell reverse Ribs and Sullivan into each other and send him to the outside.
Good introduction for Nick Sullivan and Ronnie Ribs. They met each other right in the middle.
And now they're on the outside. Fox Vinyer and Blackwell. Looks like they might be setting up some tandem offense here. No, Blackwell catches Vinyer, tries to roll him up, clutches him, 1, 2. Almost got the win there. This is a four-way dance. This isn't a tag match.
Blackwell getting thrown to the outside where Ronnie Ribs and Nick Sullivan were giving each other further pleasantries.
And now they're laying into Blackwell. Blackwell trying to fight back. Firework Fox Vinyer on the apron, however. Gonna charge the three men and hit a double axe handle, wipe everybody out.
Double axe handle on the triple opponent to the outside.
There you go.
Long pause there.
Took you a little while to get there, but we got there. That's good. Now Fox Vinyer and the Soldier of God, Roddy Ribs, trading blows in the center of the ring. Irish whip into the corner by Vinyer.
Thrown up by Fox Vinyer's haircut. I don't want to say terrible haircut, but I think we're all thinking it.
European uppercut in the corner by Fox Vinyer, follows it up with a lariat. And Ronnie Ribs staggers out. Catches Vinyer though. Hoists him up. Hits him on the top turnbuckle. Hits the ropes hard. Hits a running knee.
Meanwhile, on the outside, Sullivan's really laying Blackwell into the barricade. Picking him back up. Looks like he's about to slam him back down.
And
no.
Blackwell gets out the back door and shoves Nick Sullivan into the ring barricades.
Ronnie Ribs lets up on Fox in the corner and drags Blackwell back into the ring. Mocking him. Getting a forearm for his troubles.
Yeah, Blackwell firing back, blocking those shots. He takes a step back and hard clothesline, says Ronnie Ribs, over the top rope. Meanwhile, Nick Sullivan behind him. Blackwell doesn't see him yet. And he turns around. Now he sees him, tries to get a shot in. Meanwhile, Sullivan picks him up and hits him with a big backdrop. Driver suplex. Dear Lord.
Almost delayed.
Yeah, just held him up there for a bit and then dropped him.
And now he just folded him in half.
German suplex Fox Vinyer over. Fox Vinyer back on his feet though, hits him with a super kick. Ronnie Ribs back in the ring, lifts him up.
Sullivan really is the natural. He's all there.
Just throwing men around the ring.
Roman belly to belly. Blackwell breaking it up.
Beating up on Nick Sullivan. Blackwell trying to save the match here and succeeds in doing so, and now lays in some knees to the neck and shoulder area of the natural Nick Sullivan. He's trying to move Sullivan, but Sullivan does not budge. The man is built like a tank.
So he resorts to going after those legs, and that's one way to take out a tank. Wreck those treads?
The legs of the tank.
The legs of the tank.
Go after the legs of the
treads.
tank.
Listen, not every metaphor is perfect. Not every simile rhymes. But hey, everybody's getting along. Taking on Nick Sullivan.
Yeah, beating up Nick
3 on
Sullivan.
1.
But Nick Sullivan not having any of it. Now holds
Oh,
Vinyer and Blackwell.
Tried
Tries
to-
to knock them together, but they manage to beat up. Throws Sullivan into Ronnie Ribs, who nails him with a big spine buster.
and then this 1-on-3 handicap match continues. And Foxx remembers that there are no teams.
Yeah, and breaks it up. Woo! And Ribs with
Ronnie
some strong
Ribs.
words for Vinyer. As these two trade blows in the center of the ring. Vinyer with a headbutt on Ronnie Ribs.
Sullivan and Blackwell gathering themselves in the corner. Blackwell dives out to break up the pin.
Vinyer helping Ronnie Ribs to his feet. Blackwell comes through. Shoulder block to Ronnie Ribs. Boot to the gut of Foxx Vinyer. Takes Foxx off his feet. Meanwhile, Sullivan back up to his. Tries to whip Ribs in the corner. Ribs holds on.
Sullivan into the corner that Blackwell's trying to throw Ribs into. I question this place being the best place for a breather.
And he may not realize where he's at. And Ronnie Ribs just spanked Benjamin Blackwell and
Corner splash.
hits a big avalanche in the corner. And Foxx Vinyer's trying to pull himself to his feet on the outside. Nails Ronnie Ribs as he tries to come in with a shot of his own. Shoulder block between the ropes. Foxx Vinyer gonna go over the top here. Lands on his feet, hits the ropes. Ronnie Ribs tries to cut him off. Foxx Vinyer sees it coming, ducks underneath, drops down. Ribs over into the ropes. And firework Foxx Vinyer with a big power slam on Ronnie Ribs. And he hits another one on Benjamin Blackwell.
Is he going to go for the hat trick here?
And he's got it.
And he gets the big man over.
1, 2. Sullivan kicks out at 2.
Not enough to keep him down. Over and down, but not out. Nick Sullivan here, the natural. Finally back in the center of the ring. Maybe he can turn this around, gain the advantage once again, but he's got 3 opponents in there, and it doesn't seem like any of them are in any particular mood to show him any kindness the way that they showed each other against him.
Ooh, big chop by Ronnie Ribs on the Nick Sullivan. Boots the sizable midsection, and another hard chop. And he hits him with a third.
Dedicated to one of our great fans here at New York Championship Wrestling.
That's nice. Irish whip into the corner on Foxx Vinyer by Ronnie Ribs. Hits him with a choke spinebuster variation, driving Foxx Vinyer down. And Benjamin Blackwell now tries to go to Ronnie Ribs. He's got a lot of momentum behind him at this point. And Ribs ducks underneath, catches him with another choke spinebuster, driving down Benjamin Blackwell. And Nick Sullivan
Laying in wait.
and laying him out. As Ronnie Ribs goes down hard to a lariat, and then another one by Nick Sullivan. Ribs punch drunk on his feet, not even facing the right direction as he comes right into Nick Sullivan, who hoists him up onto his shoulder and drops him down right on the face. 1, 2. No! Foxx Vinyer just barely gets there and makes the save. Nick Sullivan looks frustrated, but there's not much that can be done at this point. He needs to stay focused.
He needs to stay on Robbie Ribs and try to shrug off Foxx Vinyer here.
And Robbie Ribs going to the outside, Foxx Vinyer on his feet.
He's already incapacitated Ronnie Ribs. I guess he's going to turn his attention here to Foxx.
And Foxx out the back door. Tries to hit him with a super kick. Sullivan catches it. Tries for a waist lock. Vinyer with the back elbow up on the shoulders now. And Sullivan may try and drop him down again. No. Sends him into Blackwell. Blackwell to the outside. And now Vinyer picking up the natural Nick Sullivan on his shoulders. Death Valley driver by Foxx Vinyer. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. That is it.
Big DVD,
Here's
and that is
your
the
winner.
end of the match.
The fireworks.
Foxx Vinyer getting the win.
Foxx lost to the big man, Brute VanSlyke, last month, and he picks up the victory over the big man, Nick Sullivan, this month.
Still an impressive debut for Nick Sullivan. The fans showing their appreciation. Sullivan not showing his
Not
appreciation
so
for the
much,
fans.
huh?
Not at all.
Our new ring announcer here is, of course, endeared himself to the fans so quickly.
I don't think the fans gave him a fair
Our
shake.
next contest is for one fall. Making his way to the ring. Weighing in at 165 pounds. From Syracuse, New York. And his opponent, weighing in at a megaton, from Utica, New York,
Devil tell me, I never saw you, I only heard that you were hugging up the big monkey man. I never saw you, I only heard that you were hugging up the big monkey man. It's alright, devil tell me, hugging up the big monkey man. It's alright, devil tell me, hugging up the big monkey man. Now I know that, now I understand. They're turning the monkey on me. Now I know that, now I understand. They're turning the monkey on me. Devil tell me, hugging up the big monkey man.
So here we have an example of two opposite reactions from the crowd, where Jacoby Riddick is hated and reviled, and Kirby Wackerman, people are literally handing them his children, or handing him their children. I don't think it was his child. I have no way of confirming or denying that. But nonetheless, Kirby Wackerman is absolutely beloved here by the NYCW crowd.
He is the nuclear-powered whiz kid, born of weird science with that indestructible skull, taking on Killer Instinct's technical whiz kid, Jacoby Riddick.
And I have to say, I am surprised to not see his other Killer Instinct teammates out here with him. But the Jacoby Riddick may want to prove a point that he can beat Kirby Wackerman on his own.
Hey, at least to start, there's always time.
That's
for
true.
KI to make their presence known.
That is true. They could always make their way to the ring at any given moment. Meanwhile, Kirby Wackerman with a stiff wrist lock here on Jacoby Riddick, showing that he has some technical prowess as well. Now he's taunting Riddick, ducks underneath, goads him into it, and then pulls him right back into that wrist lock. No way he falls for this again, and he pulls him up and causes him to hit his own wrist. Kirby Wackerman is in the head of Riddick in a bad way, but Riddick just starts leveling Jacoby Riddick with knees and elbows. Kicks his leg out from under him.
And Wackerman may have an indestructible skull, but I don't know what he's thinking. I don't think he has an indestructible jaw.
And Jacoby Riddick is testing that theory and that tagline of Kirby Wackerman. Certainly feeling the effects of the shots from Riddick. And now the fans are continuing to get behind Wackerman.
He's curbing up. And to no avail.
Jacoby Riddick taking the smart move, going low. Bridge up by Kirby Wackerman. Turns him over. Lifts him up, tries for a power bomb. Riddick out the back door. Wackerman ducks underneath. Lifts him up. Big scoop slam by Kirby Wackerman. He's off the ropes.
Calling for that headbutt.
And he hits it. Nails Jacoby Riddick right in the chest with that diving headbutt off the ropes. And Wackerman calling for one more. Hits the ropes. Thinks about it. No. Okay, what's going on? What do we?
He wants it from up high, but Riddick's back on his feet.
Riddick tries to kick the ropes into Kirby Wackerman. Wackerman gets out of the way, but Riddick just attacks the legs and kicks away at Kirby Wackerman, who falls unceremoniously into the ring. And Jacoby Riddick pulls Wackerman to his feet, elbow to the side of the face. Hoists him up, hits him with another one. Wackerman telling him to give him some more. And now Jacoby Riddick just kicks the legs out from Wackerman again. Wackerman does not want to get on Riddick's bad side.
Too smart is Jacoby Riddick for the wacky style that is Kirby Wackerman. Kirby's goading him into hitting him in the head.
Yeah, when Riddick can go to the body, he's doing a lot of damage, but when he tries to go up top, Wackerman just shrugs it off. And now Riddick just dives at the knee of Wackerman, and that looked really bad. He could have dislocated the knee of Kirby Wackerman with that chop block.
Kirby's using the ropes to get up, and Riddick is staying on that knee.
And Riddick continues to taunt Wackerman.
Listen, when you call one of your body parts indestructible, it's only a matter of time before people stop hitting you there and start targeting something else.
That is true, and Jacoby Riddick definitely shows that he is smart and won't play into. And Kirby Wackerman is feeling the effects of those chops. And he's still continuing to taunt Riddick.
And Riddick's got, for lack of a better term, the same killer instinct as his killer instinct comrades.
Perhaps even the
Gyros
most
and
out of all three
Conrad.
of them.
I would say, we saw him win that Battle Royal last month. Not something to take lightly.
Absolutely not.
With guys like Pryce Wright, he's huge. The Nacci Mafia were in there.
The
Dan's
Mutts,
huge.
lots of
Frankie
people.
Clyde. He tossed. out some supreme talent here.
Absolutely, and now Kirby Wackerman trying to get some momentum back, hits a Russian leg sweep, then a crucifix pin. Riddick kicks out. Wackerman having trouble getting to his feet as Jacoby Riddick has been working expertly on the knees specifically of Kirby Wackerman, stomping them, putting him in submission holds, and now kicking away at the hamstring, drops an elbow right across the side of his leg and continues to try and take the wheels out from the bigger man, Kirby Wackerman.
And I got to imagine this is by design. Jacoby Riddick coming in here with a game plan, knowing what he's going for, knowing he's going to just try to keep Kirby on the mat and batter that leg until Kirby can't walk and submits, taps, cries for help.
Do you think Kirby Wackerman comes into these matches with a game plan?
I wouldn't so much call it a game plan. I don't know what game plan you need when you have an indestructible skull. I guess hit people with the skull. Maybe that could be the game plan.
Perhaps. But nonetheless, it seems like Jacoby Riddick's plan is playing out, and Wackerman could barely stand. And this crowd is not happy.
Kirby falls flat. I mean, not even making it to the corner.
The referee might need to call this here. Wackerman can't even stay on his own 2 feet.
Takes 22.5 pounds per square inch of pressure to blow a knee out from the side, Paul. And we're seeing about 21.
Yeah,
At this
Wackerman
rate,
on his feet now.
only a matter of time.
Trying to catch a second wind here. Does start putting in some shots at Jacoby Riddick. Jumping headbutt.
There's that skull. There's the game plan.
And that rocked Jacoby Riddick bad. And he hits him with another one. And Riddick's on wobbly legs here. And Kirby Wackerman works the side headlock, but Jacoby Riddick sneaks out the back and lays another kick right to the leg of Kirby Wackerman. He's trying to turn him over for a single leg crab here. Wackerman doing everything he can to hold on. If he can get him over, this could be it.
Smart play by Riddick. He can turn him over. But Kirby's still got one good leg, and he's going to kick his way out of it, it looks like.
I don't think that leg's very good. I think he's just using it as a club right now, essentially. Still not able to stay on his feet very well. But he manages to get Jacoby Riddick way up and hit him with a huge atomic drop. Maybe the adrenaline's kicked in because he's using that knee to full effect now. Or the uranium or whatever is in that man's body. He tried hitting him in the head. Didn't work. Kirby Wackerman throws back a headbutt of his own. Hooks him up for a pump handle. Lifts him up in the air. Big pump handle slam by Kirby Wackerman. Goes down 1, 2.
And Riddick has been on the back foot for a few minutes here, and he's really got to slow the momentum of Kirby Wackerman back down, get it back to his pace, and wrestle the style of match that he prefers.
Now Wackerman tries to go for a gut wrench, but Riddick pulls the leg out from under him.
He was going for that gut wrench gorilla power bomb, but now he's all crossed up in a knee bar, it looks like. Hard to tell with the ref from my angle, but Kirby's struggling in pain.
Jacoby Riddick absolutely wrenching on the knee of Kirby Wackerman. He's struggling to get to the ropes, crawling, clawing, scratching at the mat, and he finally gets his fingertips on there. Jacoby Riddick forced to break the hold, but he just stomps the back of the knee again.
And Riddick's got a small frame. He's a light guy, so dragging him isn't that difficult for Kirby, but the damage continues.
Oh, and Kirby manages to check the kick there. As he continues to use that noggin of his, hits the ropes, tries for the boot. Riddick catches it.
Riddick using that noggin of his.
Oh, and twists him down and slams him to the mat, and a loose power bomb catches it, turns him over in the kick out, drags him away from the ropes. Good ring positioning by Riddick.
That's smart, knowing where you are, not letting him have an easy crawl.
And working that modified single leg crab, and this could be all that she wrote for Kirby Wackerman. Just just striking that knee, but Wackerman does still manage to get to the ropes.
And there's that ruthlessness from Jacoby Riddick. Holding till 4, using every second of the ref's count.
And Riddick just throws the referee Tim Pakula into the ring, into the corner. And he's arguing with him now. He's lucky he doesn't get disqualified. Oh my God!
That skull straight to the heart of the ref. And he's down, maybe out.
We need to get the medics in to check on Tim. Meanwhile, we still got the match going on. Wackerman picks him up.
Gut wrench.
And here
But
they
here's
come.
Killer Instinct. As if one mind, they reunite. But
Wackerman ducks
malfunction at the
underneath.
junction. And again,
I think
Cartwright.
I think Cartwright had time to move. He just chose not to and hit Jacoby Riddick anyways. But Kirby Wackerman has managed to deal with Killer Instinct, picks him up. Gorilla gut wrench power bomb.
That knee
1,
holds on.
2, 3. Kirby gets the win.
Oh, winner of the match.
3 on 1. Kirby overcomes all of Killer Instinct
Unbelievable.
to pick up this big win in singles competition here.
Kirby Wackerman, against all odds, getting the win over Jacoby Riddick, despite the best efforts of Killer Instinct.
I never saw you, I only heard that you were hugging up the big monkey man. I never saw you, I only heard that you were hugging up the big monkey man. It's alright, let me tell me. Hugging up the big monkey man. It's alright, let me tell me. Hugging up the big monkey man. Now I know that, now I understand. You're turning the monkey.
Congratulations on the win. How does it feel?
Thank you. Do you know what you call it? When you win once, then you win again? A winning streak!
And Kirby Wackerman on a roll here in New York Championship Wrestling.
Despite that skull being indestructible, it sounds like his brain got banged around inside of that indestructible skull.
It did, I'm not sure.
Left him a little
I
loopy.
think that's kind of the way he always talks. Meanwhile, Killer Instinct making the walk of shame to the back.
That is a lovely fanny pack.
We want to thank everybody for coming out tonight to Seasons Meetings in New York Championship Wrestling and remind you that we will return here on January 12th right here at Accelerate. Get your tickets on the way out. And now, our main event of the evening is for the New York Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Making their way to the ring, accompanied by Janet, August Leo, Ian Griffin. They are the Foxx. opponents are the first ever New York Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy,
From
even
Studio
TV.
City, California.
So familiar friends with wages around the bed.
At a quarter top five,
To where you look,
Bradley Belmont, Wade Kruger, the Stepdads.
put your right hand out, give a firm handshake. Talk to me about that one big break. Spread the evolution, both far and wide. Keep your contributions by your side. And strong man, could be a winner, boy, and move quite well. Strong man, Strong man, you got your number down. Strong man, say you're a winner, baby, just sit it down. Put your left foot out, keep it all in place. Work your way right into my face. First you try to bend me, you make my backbone slide. But when you find you bled me, skip on by, keep on. Give me the business all night long.
And we are getting ready to start our main event of the evening for the New York Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championships. The Mutts will be taking on our inaugural Tag Team Champions in their first defense, the Stepdads, Bradley Belmont and Wade Kruger. And it looks like Ian Griffin and August Leon will be the two of the three who will be challenging for the New York Championship Wrestling Tag Team titles.
Something tells me it doesn't matter which two of the Mutts are in the ring. It's going to be a 3-on-2 match.
That is a very good point. The man calling himself Janus on the outside, definitely willing to interject himself in the matchup and already trying to distract him. Bradley Belmont looks shaken already, and you can't blame him when dealing with these three lunatics. And August Leon decides to tag in Ian Griffin.
And the Mutts are all mind games.
Absolutely. They think that the Stepdads think they're going to start off with one opponent, and immediately they switch out, always trying to keep their opponents off their toes. Masters of the mental game are the Mutts. But the Stepdads are no slouch to that area themselves.
No, they are the masters of the dad bod. And they do have a size advantage over at least August Leon.
That is true. And Ian Griffin is about on the level with a man the size of Wade Kruger and maybe a little bit bigger than Bradley Belmont, but nonetheless, it's still probably give the overall size advantage to the Stepdads. Now, that being said, if you're factoring in the third man on the outside,
When you add Janus to the mix, well, your chances drastically go down.
thrown by his hair into the corner is Bradley Belmont by Ian Griffin. And Wade Kruger asking for the tag. Bradley Belmont shakes it off. No, maybe not. Then Wade Kruger is getting the tag in. Bradley Belmont tells Ian Griffin to pick on someone his own size. And in comes Big Papa Bear. But Ian Griffin doesn't seem all that interested in a showdown with the big man. And Ian Griffin keeping the pace nice and slow, nice and methodical so far. Waving at Wade Kruger. Trying to keep him off guard. Obviously, Leon taking a swipe as Wade Kruger passes.
Stepdads pumping up the crowd, dancing around a bit, possibly trying to get into the minds of the Mutts themselves. Like you said, they're no strangers to mind games as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue that their whole facade is essentially a big mind game. You know, they come out these fun-loving TV dads, but they are extremely formidable, extremely strong, extremely hard-hitting, and almost everything the Stepdads do lulls you into a false sense of security, and we saw it right there with Wade Kruger distracting Ian Griffin and then getting the side headlock. And now Wade Kruger has the nose of Ian Griffin.
Just when we thought the show could not get any more weird, here we are.
Throws it to Radley Belmont. Thankfully, Radley caught it. It didn't go flying into the crowd. And now Radley Belmont has the nose of Ian Griffin. He throws it into the audience. And now someone in the crowd has the nose.
Janice is making a beeline to get Ian Griffin's nose
furious.
back so we can continue this match.
The child throws it back to Radley Belmont.
I've never seen keep away with a man's nose before, but...
And now the referee, Dan, back to Kruger.
Well, that's unfair. The referee should be impartial.
Yeah, he really should have given it back to Griffin at that point. And now Wade Kruger...
Big Papa Bear gives it back to Ian Griffin.
Attaching the nose of Ian Griffin in the meanest way possible. Ian Griffin into the corner, has had enough, and tags in August Leon.
And here is that size mismatch that I mentioned.
And now Leon goes to lock up, and now he decides that
a little more fair.
August Leon should pick on someone closer to his own size, but Radley Belmont still has a sizable height and weight advantage. Maybe more weight than height over August Leon. He's going for a test of strength here for August Leon. Locks up his size. Just throw a forearm.
August
to Radley
with a
Belmont.
test of smarts.
Yeah, that's true. Radley Belmont into the ropes. August Leon trips over Radley Belmont.
Tabletops him.
And now Radley Belmont
looking for that paradise lock.
Yep, and he's almost got it turned up. Rolls him over.
And he's got him, and that is inescapable. There is no key to the paradise lock. Well, maybe one.
Oh, and
Ian Griffin obliges
Radley
the
Belmont.
kick.
I'm not even sure nor do I want to know what Radley Belmont was about to do with that thumb, but Ian Griffin thankfully breaks it up.
He was calling for an oil change.
I don't know what that means, and I don't want to find out. Meanwhile, August Leon with a big leg drop onto Radley Belmont. Throws him into the corner, puts him on the boot of Ian Griffin, just making it that much more uncomfortable, and tags in the big man.
Rips that throw over that second rope. Slides in.
And wrenches back on the face, just clawing at the face of Radley Belmont. And now standing on the back, almost surfing on him. Again, the mind games that are being traded back and forth between these two teams. And the advantage seems to be in the Mutts' favor right now.
And I gotta say, I certainly like physical mind games over just jaw jacket. These guys aren't stopping to talk and spit in each other's faces. Oh, ooh.
August Leon
hit a little low, just as effective, but less than what he was looking for, I got to imagine.
You would think he was trying to get more air off of the back of Ian Griffin, but he still managed to make it count, so to speak.
Best laid plans of mice, men, and psychopaths.
And now Ian Griffin getting tagged back in, becoming the legal man once again. August Leon up to the second ropes. Sidewalk slam position now into a backbreaker and nails him with an elbow drop right over the knee of Ian Griffin. And Wade Kruger dives over the referee and manages to split it up.
That's a big man to dive.
And now there's just a dog pile here, but that shows you how badly Wade Kruger wants to hold on to those NYCW tag team titles. Griffin laying in the corner while August Leone picks up Radley Belmont, throws Radley Belmont face first into the boots of Ian Griffin.
2 boots for the price of 1 for the Rad Dad here. And the Mutts maintain control.
And the Stepdads in a lot of trouble here. They certainly don't want to lose the NYCW tag titles on their first defense.
And about this first defense, I inquired as to, you know, the Mutts got disqualified from the inaugural championship match last month. And I questioned, why did these guys get a shot? And I was told, well, they never lost that match. They never got beat. They took themselves out of that match. And the front office deemed that they would be the #1 contenders. And I got to say, they're putting on quite a clinic here.
Well, absolutely. Well, you'd never doubt the talent of the Mutts, but I do question, without putting on this too heavily at risk of my own job, but I do question the mentality of the front office to say that they deserve this. But nonetheless, like you said, they are clearly showing that they are capable of taking the tag team champions to the limit. And the crowd trying to get the Stepdads going here.
And Janice on the outside antagonizing the 16-stone brew pub section.
And
he hates that hot dog.
August Leone gets the tag back in. It's a very love-hate relationship that our wrestlers have with the hot dog. And a pair of kicks to the front and back of Radley Belmont by Griffin and Leone.
And a bird from Ian to the Bear.
And Wade Kruger trying to direct Radley Belmont to his corner, and Leone taunting him and then kicking the hand away. And working on that arm of Radley Belmont.
This crowd trying to inspire the Rad Dad, but to no avail.
Rakes the boot right across the face of Radley Belmont, does August Leone. Pulls him up to his feet. And he's thinking about what to do next. Hits the ropes. And Radley
too much
Belmont
time
catches him.
thinking.
Hits the rockabye baby suplex on August Leone. And now Radley Belmont has the first opportunity in some time to get out of there and tag in Papa Bear.
And you got to imagine that'll shift the momentum here.
Absolutely. August Leone in a bad way here landed right on the back of his head off of that rewind suplex. That's a trademark of Radley Belmont.
The tag and the 2 big men are in.
And they square off. Kruger ducks underneath, hits a running European uppercut, squashes August Leone in the corner. And now he's sizing up Ian Griffin. Runs in, huge avalanche, shakes the ring. Comes back at August Leone
and another one.
Does the same. August Leone is paced in the corner.
I mean, we saw Pryce, Wright, and Nuka, and we said 2 times bigger, but Wade Kruger maybe 3 times bigger than August Leone.
Kruger just laid out August Leone with that huge right hand that he loves to throw. And the Stepdads are rolling along here.
And I gotta almost question, why have Janice at ringside and not in this match? I get it, he's the mastermind. He's the de facto leader of this troupe of crazies. But you'd have to think that he'd be more of a physical fit for a match against the
That's
Stepdads.
absolutely true. And but maybe they thought that the Stepdads would expect it to be Janice and Griffin, and that's why it could be additional mental games. Who knows? Who knows what goes through the head of these 3 men? But nonetheless, this is what we have right now, and Kruger trying to fight back. Fight off Griffin, fight off Leone. Elbows clubbing forearms. Belmont comes in right off the bottom rope, hits a huge stunner on August Leone. Ian Griffin with a boot off the corner, heads up to the second rope. Gets caught in a Manhattan drop by Wade Kruger.
Radley up to his feet, exposes the knee.
Nails him.
Big running knee, but he rolls to the outside. And that's going to save the match for the Mutts. You got to believe it.
With all the action going on, I'm not sure which one's the legal man, though.
I don't think the ref knows either, to be honest.
August Leon going up top on Ray Kruger's shoulders, and Radley Belmont goes to the top rope and hits the Father's Day Device, drops him down, folds him up, and August Leon's legal 1, 2, 3. That is it.
And
The Stepdads coming away with their first defense of the NYCW Tag Team Championships. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up for Season's Beatings. For my partner Dominic Schmidt. Say goodbye, Dominic.
Season's Beatings to all of you at home.
My name is Paul Laporte, and we'll see you next month at New Year's Bash. Thank you, and good night.